Welcome back to the Latin Revolution News Channel. Today, I'm your host, Daisy de España, with my co-host, Brooklyn de Colombia.
And today we're going to be talking about the many revolutions of Latin America, starting off with the Mexican Revolution. And here we have the Emperor of Mexico, Agustin de Iturbide.
Welcome, Agustin de Iturbide, to the studio. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice to hear.
So let's just jump right into it. How would you say the revolution started in the first place?
I would say it began with a priest inspired by the French Revolution. His name was Miguel Hidalgo.
How could a priest start a revolution?
Well, the priest united the mestizos and Native Americans together in the first place in order to revolt. He released the Grito de Dolores, which calls for the end of Spanish rule, the end of racial inequality, and lastly, the end of land being stolen from natives.
Wow, how did that make them feel?
His words touched them and inspired them to free themselves from Spanish rule. His army was very close to capturing the capital of Mexico back, but nonetheless, they failed in doing so. He was then executed due to treason.
Very interesting, but how did you become emperor?
Well, you see, I led troops into battle to take over Mexico City, and it was successful. So then I declared Mexico's independence. From there, I made the plan of Iguala, which would establish Mexico as an independent constitutional monarchy, make sure that the position of the Catholic Church would stay the same, and it would also make sure that all citizens are equal.
That's really interesting, but can you tell us more?
Well, time passed and I defeated all the royalists that disagreed with Mexico's independence until they could no longer disagree. And eventually, Spanish Viceroy Juan de O'Donoghue signed the Treaty of Cordova, which was basically an approval for Mexico's independence as a constitutional monarchy. There was no one else that fit enough to be emperor, so I took it upon myself to bear the honor of being the emperor of this great country.
That's really great. Last question. How do you feel about your supporters turning on you because of you misusing your power for selfish reasons?
Excuse me? I'm done.
¿Te gusta el café? ¿A ti te gusta azúcar? Pues tenemos el producto para ti. Sponsored by Simón Bolívar. Aquí tenemos
Simón Books. Para mi liberación de España me estaba cansado mucho. Mi café y lo bebí tenía mucha energía suficiente para mis victorias.
Oh, que sí.
Simone Bucks rejuvenates me.
Welcome back. That really eventful interview. I personally wouldn't be surprised if Mexico becomes a republic. And now, let's get into the breaking story about South America's revolutionary leaders.
The South American Revolution brought many leaders out, including Simón Bolívar and José de San Martín. They led the final steps of the independence problems. In order to fully understand the revolution, you need to know about the social classes that there were. At the top were the Peninsulares, who were just people born in Spain that were living in the Americas. Next in line were the Creoles. They were just people that had Spanish ancestry. After them were the Mestizos, which were people that were mixed with Spanish ancestry. At the bottom were the natives. Simón Bolívar was part of the Creoles. He accomplished many things and helped to liberate New Granada, Venezuela, Quito, and Peru from the rule of Spain. José de San Martín helped to lead forces against Spanish rules in Argentina, Chile, and Peru. Without both of them leading the revolution, who knows where South America would be as we know it.
What a story. What a story, I tell you. And now, folks, we introduce our second interview of the night, Toussaint de Overton. Welcome, Toussaint. I hope you're doing well today on this amazing day.
Yes, I'm doing well on this day.
Very nice. Starting off easy, what was Haiti known as before the revolution?
It was known as Saint Domingue, which of course was controlled by France.
What were the plantations of?
Indigo, sugar, and coffee were some of them.
Okay. Can you go into more detail about the different social systems?
Of course I can. At the top of the social system were the Grand Blancs, who were just rich white landowners. Next in line were the Petit Blancs, who were just poor white people. After that, there were the free people of color, who were many landowners. At the very bottom were enslaved people of color, who were very plentiful with about 500,000 of them. Also, an important thing to know was that at the bottom two groups wanted freedom from France rule and also wanted social equality.
Very interesting. What do you think was the most influential thing during the revolution that inspired many to revolt?
The most influential thing, I think, was the Declaration of the Rights of Man that France released. It was a civil rights document that came from the French Revolution. It gave hope and inspired most of the bottom social systems.
How did you join the revolution?
Well, you see, there was a law passed that all landowners could vote, but the majority of petite blancs could not vote, which just started a war against all of the social classes. I joined in the midst of it and led the enslaved people of color to revolt against the Grand Blancs.
Would you say that the revolution was successful?
In a way, I would say that it was successful because many were threatened by what we could accomplish. And I even abolished slavery on the island. I am even known as the governor for life now.
Wow. Thank you for joining us today. And with that, commercial break.
The best dye in the world.
No better dye around.
Say goodbye to hard work in order to get an indigo color from the plant.
What else could you want?
Indigo high dye. Instant joy.
I use indigo high dye to make my computer blue, and it's pretty cool, man.
And we're back. Finally, we're going to be discussing what happened after Toussaint Louverture's help in the Haiti Revolution. Napoleon wanted to restore slavery, so Toussaint was imprisoned in France and eventually died while in captivity. After that, a general by the name Jacques Dessalines came into the picture and led the revolution. Dessalines' efforts were successful as the revolutionaries defeated the French and made them surrender. Dessalines declared independence, and Saint-Dominique was renamed to Haiti. Haiti was the first independent Black republic in the entire world and was also the most successful slave revolution. The success of the Haiti Revolution paved the way for other slaves. It gave them the hope they needed to revolt against unfair treatment and injustices.
Okay, that was quite a story.
Thank you. Anyways, I hope you learned something new today, and we'll see you next time. Latin Revolution News Channel out!
Pásame la juca, que el coro ya está prendido. Las mujeres andan sin marido. Pásame la juca, por lo norte con todo estamos fríos. Demagogos no dicen ni pío. Hoy anda Rulay, la romana prendía mejor que Dubai. Tú eres una bandida, tú te la traes. Si le digo que llegue le cae. Ojalá y que esta noche tú seas mi mai. Y yo en nubita para el bate. Si quiero la movie la dejo en replay. Hoy andas con el bobo que no brega ni dispara. Pero todos los Diego en PR vienen con mi cara.
Wey, ¿qué es lo que con este tigre que no floja la mano?